All right, how y'all doing? So, y'all know it's me, Princess Mama P. A lot of y'all know me as here on Raising Nine. But today I'm introducing you guys to my amazing sister, Jasmine. Say
Hey,
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 girl.
hey.
So, if you are not already following her, please subscribe to her YouTube channel. It is Sincerely Jazz J. Sincerely
Yes.
Jazz J. Please,
hmm
I will put that down in the comments so that I can make sure that you guys do um, definitely
Yeah.
follow her. She's an amazing woman, amazing mother, amazing wife, an amazing woman of God. And today she's coming here to help me with this new podcast idea that I've had brewing for a while. And I was like, what better way to start this thing off than with my little sister? Like, that's my blood.
Yes. Come on with it.
So, Jasmine is a mom of five. Okay. Let me tell
hmm
you, this girl got four boys and she finally got her girl this
Yes.
year. We are so grateful and so thankful that she's
Mhm.
finally got our baby girl. So,
Yay.
today, Jazz, is there anything you want to say as we begin our introductions before we get into today's podcast?
Um, I just want to thank God. I'm so grateful to God for having an amazing big sister. I'm so grateful that you welcomed me on this podcast journey to come in and set it off with you. I am super, super, super happy. I love what you're doing. I'm super excited to be here, and I just can't wait to jump into it and get it started.
It's going to be awesome. So,
Yes.
guys, let's go ahead and get into it. Today, we are talking about something that's really big in 2023, I would say, and that's people living in their soft era. Okay. And when
Yeah.
I say people, I guess I want to more so lean it towards women because that's typically who they lean towards when they say, they want a woman to be in her soft era or a woman is saying she
Mhm.
wants to be in her soft era.
Yeah.
Um, so today we're trying to figure out how do we get to that? Or does it
Absolutely.
work for you? It might not work for you.
Mhm. Mhm.
So we're jumping into that. Let's start off
Yeah.
with what soft air looks like. So, sis, what does a soft air look like?
Um, for me at this current point in my life, soft era for me is kind of just going with the flow of being more gentle. Thinking before I speak was the biggest thing for my soft era life because I had this, well, you already know. I had this thing where I ain't even gonna think about what I'm gonna say to you. It's like if it comes to my mind, I don't care how I didn't care how you felt. I was gonna say it and I was gonna say it straight how it is. But in this
Exactly.
soft era life for me, it's more so that I had to notice that my deliverance needed to change with who I was dealing with. So my soft era life to my husband is different. My soft era life to my mom is different. My soft era life to my children is different. To my sisters is different. To my friends is different. I had to know how to separate that and how I was talking to everyone.
Got you. I got you. And see, I love how she tried to relate that to being in her soft era with everyone she
hmm
engages with, and not just the soft lifestyle that we hear and see on Instagram and social media.
Yes.
Um, so like with me, I feel like if I'm living in my soft era, then
hmm
I should be able to be a lot less stressed because if I'm in my soft era, then you're taking some of the load, right? So I'm not having to
Yes.
do it all by myself. We come
Yes.
from a world, sis, and I know you know this for a fact, where
Yeah.
at a young age, we're forced to like pretty much do a bunch of stuff like on our own,
hmm
like have to figure it out.
Yeah.
And as a woman, we learn to wear so many hats. And you and I both were
hmm
young moms.
Yes.
So we had to do
hmm
everything. So we get used to that. Then when we go
Mm-hmm.
and we get married, we're used to doing everything by ourselves. So it's hard to like hand all that over and be like, yeah, you can you can help me do
Just
some of
take
this.
it. Absolutely.
It's hard. Like I find that with me all the time that, things that I should rely on my husband for, in my mind, I feel like I gotta do them because
Yes.
I've been trained to do this my whole life. It's not that he don't want to do it, but it's like me. I'm like, and I got it. I got it. How quick are we
Yes.
to say I got it?
Every time. Like it's like a it's I feel like it's a thing that was drilled into a lot of us as women. We were drilled to be alpha women, and that's because we come from alpha women. We come from women that really didn't sit back much. So it was kind of hard. Like it was hard to kind of know when to be soft and when not to be soft, because we have someone like grandma, and grandma was a soft life. She had the husband that took care of her, and she stayed home, and she took care of the kids, and she cooked, and she cleaned, and she ironed the clothes up for a week. God bless you,
That part.
grandma,
God
because
bless
I
her.
cannot iron up. I'm letting you know right now. Ironing clothes up for a week, girl, what? And we have that, but then it transitioned and we had era, the mommy era where mommy was working and she
Hmm.
was married and she was with someone that was working, so they were doing things together. So growing up, and we seen those type of things where we're seeing someone who was soft, and then we're seeing a mom who was kind of, I'm a boss, like I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna work.
That
We
part.
kind of got into the habit of, I gotta do this, like I gotta be a boss, like I can't wait on nobody. So I think it's kind of drilled. So my question is, what do we do with our daughters? Do we drill to our daughters that you have to be tough, you have to be alpha? When do we tell our daughters that, hey, it's okay to be soft? Or do we drill in our daughters that they have to be, I just thought of that too, because I'm just thinking about how we were raised. Do we do that to our daughters now? How do we?
Well, my daughter a lot older than yours. Your baby, she's 6 months. So my daughter is 16. And I will say that when I started dealing with her, I'm very big on, you do need to know how to be independent, because I don't want to throw you out into this world and
Mm-hmm.
the wolves take you.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also teaching her that you should be able to depend on whoever your partner is as well. So
Absolutely, I like
I,
that.
I feel like it needs to be a healthy balance of both. And
Mm-hmm.
you got to find the middle ground. And I'm, as a grown woman, still trying to find that. Like, I've been married for 3 almost 4 years now, and listen,
Mm-hmm.
I still am struggling with trying to find how I let go of certain areas where I
Mm-hmm.
used to take the lead in, because that was an area I was strong in. And so
Yes.
in my new relationship, in my new marriage, that's a strong area for him. So he's used
Mm.
to working in that area. And here I am,
Yes.
like, oh, I got it. I don't need no
I'm
help.
trying to.
I got
Yep.
this. I can do it. And he's like, are you wearing the pants or me? And so
Right.
then
What are you doing? Take
it
a
becomes
seat.
a battle, and nobody wants it to become a battle. You want to be able to, like, live in your soft era and feel like it was okay to give that over, like
Mhm.
free to give it over, and not feel like, dang, like I feel like I'm, like, this ain't no me having to be completely submissive thing. Like, I can't do. You don't want
Yes.
it to be like that.
Absolutely.
But I want to hit on some of the questions that we had, sis.
Okay.
So let me get those pulled up. So here we are. It says, what considers you to be in your soft woman era?
What considers me to be in my soft woman era is that I decided to invite God in my life more. So I went on a spiritual healing journey, and that helped me be very, very soft. That kind of helps me like with a lot of things, because now I'm learning that before I used to take things personal. So
Mm,
now that I'm in this more spiritual growth era, I'm just kind of like not taking what people are doing intentional, but I'm
I
more
got
so
you.
just like, you know what, this is how they feel. And I'm going back and I'm just praying to God, God, did you send me to do something different? So my soft era is mainly just my relationship. That's how I become the soft woman. My relationship with God and putting me first. That was my biggest thing. Me first. A lot of the times I struggled with putting me first, but I
Mm.
put me first in all of this situation. I go God, then I go me to my feelings, and I make sure I definitely tell my feelings all the time.
That is a big thing. I listen, my baby sister, she might be the baby, but she's got a lot more stuff together than I got together right now. Let me tell you, because me
No.
emotionally, when you were talking about like you go ahead and put your feelings out there, that is something that I do not do. It is a bad thing. I'm not saying it's positive. It is not positive. It
Yeah.
is a negative thing, but I have gotten so used to holding my feelings in for
Um,
35 years that it's very hard to like not do that. It's very hard to like say, "Oh, this is exactly how I'm feeling." Like you almost having like word vomit and just getting it all out.
yes.
Baby, I will write it down. I don't mind writing it
That's a
down. Like
start.
I'll write it down, but then I don't want nobody to read it. And I feel like that's also my security blanket way of not wanting to be checked about how I feel. You know what I'm saying? You know, like how you already know you in the wrong, but you don't want nobody to tell you you in the
Oh,
wrong.
you better stop talking about it now. I know you said we gonna talk about it, but let's not talk about it. I get it.
Because maybe that'd be
No, I
me.
get it. But I think that's a good start too, writing it down, and just more so how I approach it when I'm communicating with people is I start off by saying, "Hey, this is how I feel." So I don't really be like, especially like if someone did something I don't like, I don't be like, you were so wrong for doing this to me. You should have never talked to me this way. No, I start to step back and I'm like, you know what? When you told me that I do too much, that made me
Mm,
feel like I wasn't
a certain type of
appreciative, or
way.
that made me feel like a bad friend if I'm talking to a friend, or that just didn't make me feel good. So when I call out what I don't like, now
Mm,
you know not to even play with me like that no more. Cause I'm in
exactly.
my soft era, but I'm strong on pray with me. Do not play with me. I'm in
I'm
transition.
with you when you right.
I'm in
Okay.
transition.
Sis, I am with you when you right. And then when you're saying that, pray with me, don't play with me. That brings me into the next question. Can you be both soft and masculine?
Absolutely. I think you have to, like,
Like there's a time for
honestly,
everything, yes?
it's a time and place for everything. Like, I'm not going to be like, as a wife, I'm not just a fully soft wife. And I thank God for my husband, because he literally can accept me for that. Like, he knows that he has that gentle wife, but he also knows he has that firecracker wife. And what I mean by I have to be both, because I can be soft with him, but if we're too soft, nobody, like, I don't know, like, I treat my husband kind of like, I kind of feel like he's one of my children. He's not my child, but I want to protect him like that. So what I mean
Exactly,
by
yeah.
that is, like, I can't be too soft, because ain't nobody gonna be talking a little too aggressive to him. You ain't gonna be doing a little, so I have to have some type of masculine. And also, um we both have strengths and weakness, and what I love about our relationship is that we pull off of each other's strengths and weakness. So sometimes he's stronger in certain things. So I let him lead. And sometimes I'm a little stronger in different departments, and he pulls on me for
Yes.
certain things. Like, and we do like a pull of 50-50 with each other, like depending on who needs who the most. So yes, I am soft and masculine.
As we should be. I think that there is a
Mm-hmm.
degree of how much that you do need at a time. I really
Yeah.
do. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I don't think it ever gets to the point where it's like, oh, I do think it can get to a point where a woman does over masculinate her power,
Oh
and
yeah.
that can make a man seem like, or feel like, dang, like, why you keep trying to wear the pants? Like, are you trying to take the pants away from me? Like, are you like emasculating me and taking me from my position? I do believe that there is a level, and it is a fine line, and we can easily cross it. I will say that I don't operate completely in the masculinity side, but I have crossed the line a couple of times, where I've said things that I shouldn't have said, or have
Yeah.
done things that I shouldn't have done, that take away from what he brings to the table as a man.
Mm-hmm.
And I always say this statement that I can be a uh, I could be a more softer woman or
Mm-hmm.
womanlier. I think I got a phone call. I can be a softer woman or a more womanly woman if you are not, if I feel like I'm safe with you. Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
I gotta feel like I can easily give that over to you. Like, I'm not feeling like there's a trust barrier, or like there is
Mm-hmm.
a, you know how when you've been wounded before, and it
Mm-hmm.
don't even have to be from this relationship. It could be being
Yeah.
wounded from a
Oh yeah.
previous time, and the
Mm-hmm.
scar is still there. So you have like
Mm-hmm.
guards up. So it prevents you from being in your soft era in your new relationship, because you remember how that person did you, and you like, it might be too soon to just, let all my guards down. You know what I'm saying? And
Absolutely.
it doesn't have to be cheating. It could have been you let your guards down, and financially somebody, the last person you was with, messed up your credit or spent all your
Oh
money. All that
yeah.
kind of, it could
It's
be other
different things.
things. It don't have to be, oh, well, the last person cheated on me, so my guards up, so I don't feel like I can, it doesn't have to be that. That's not
Yeah.
that's not the only thing as far as like operating in your soft era. It can,
Absolutely.
I know of situations where you feel like you've, gave your all before, and now you're just worried that if I let down all the walls,
Mm-hmm.
if I do that, then what next?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Let me see if I can put my thing on do not
Not
disturb,
disturb.
because yes, because people are disturbing me.
Yes, but I'm glad you definitely got on that topic. So that's how come I really noticed that with the softness, it's just more so just different eras. But I'm just grateful that in my marriage, I'm able to be soft, and I'm glad that he gives me that space to want to be soft. That's another thing. I feel like men have to make you feel like you want to be soft. So a lot of areas where we were raised to be masculine in, I don't mind being soft to my husband, because
I like that.
it's like I start to feel like he's my protector. I know he's my protector. I know I can trust on him. I can come to him as a friend. So it's super, super easy for me to come to him in a different way. It's kind of like you get soft with him. So I think men do need to understand that being soft is definitely a safe zone.
Definitely, definitely. And I feel also that men need to know that for a woman to operate in her safe, in her soft era, it means a lot. I think people take it for granted. It means a lot. Like, she definitely respects you, sees a lot in you, all that. If she feels she's able to operate in that soft era, then she
Yes.
sees something in you, because
That's
we
like
don't hand
taking
that
the
over.
training, right? That's like taking the training wheels off a bike when a child's about to ride it, and they're so used to riding with training wheels, and you take it off. Like, do I trust you enough to ride this bike? without training wheels.
Exactly. You hit the nail on the head that time, sugar, because that is definitely it. That is definitely it. That brings us into the next question. When you're
Mhm.
talking about the husbands and the masculinity, is that can you be soft with a man who, for one, can't pay bills at all or provide any financial help?
Yeah, I believe that you can be soft, but I think that sometimes if a man is not providing these things, they begin to take the ability, because if a man can't pay bills and do financial things, it's going to make a woman now become a little bit more masculine. So I think that a lot of men get intimidated by that, because now it's like you have to lead from your woman, because she has to, and it's not even necessarily she's leading financially. So I think that that kind of make a man feel a little bit more like lesser. But if you can't pay the bills right now and you can't do all of this, and you got a woman and your woman's like, you know what, I got you, this is just a season, we're gonna ride, we're
Mm-hmm.
gonna stick it out, this is not a time for you to be saying you acting like one of the bros. No, I'm giving you
No.
wife, I'm giving you wife or girlfriend. Well, that's another story, because I feel like a girlfriend shouldn't be taking on that challenge, but that's a story for another day. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like men, that makes a man a little bit intimidated, probably because the woman has to be masculine. But if I don't do it, who's going to do it? If that's the
That
case,
part.
if we have bills that needs to be paid or whatever else, and if this woman is in the position to do so, then this man needs to let this woman do it.
Exactly. Exactly. Um, and that's all, I think that men need to also understand is that, okay, listen, things happen. They get laid off. We all can. Just because your man got laid off does not mean that, oh, you have to make sure that you show that you're operating in the masculinity now, that just
That's
because you're
it.
paying the bills, because like, okay, so you're covering the bills for right now. Okay. But this is a partnership, right? So
Absolutely.
you made a vow for rich and for poor. That's what it
Mm.
said, for sickness and in health. So that means when things go south, when the gravy train ain't gravy no more, when the money not hitting like it used to, that if the shoe transfers over and now you're having to be the breadwinner for the time being until he gets back up on his feet, then that's what you're supposed to do. But you're not supposed to do it in a gloating manner where it's like, well, I could do
Yes.
whatever I want to do because I'm the one paying the goddamn bills here, yada yada. It shouldn't be like that, because to me that emasculates a man and then it makes him feel like
Absolutely.
not even wanting
And
to be here.
I noticed with men is that when a man is able to financially provide for a woman, a lot of the words he say is probably, hey, look, we got this amount of money, babe, or babe, we can go shopping, because we, like, a lot of men use the word we when they have a good
Mhm.
amount of money. But when it's a lot of women, it's, oh, my money,
Or
I
they
got
got it
this
hid.
amount of money, my. So it's like, are you giving that man that same kind of vibe that they give you? Because when a man has it, it's we. A lot of men, they give us that big we energy, but when it's women turn, we do the big me. I'm the alpha. I'm the head, and it's like, but we're not working as a union. We're not operating as a union. So it shouldn't matter. So that's how I operate too in my era. Like, um, praise God that my husband's able to, provide. But in the case that he wasn't able to provide, I am going to be the one that says this is we. Rather, it comes from, everything is we with us. So if he has it, it's still we. If I have it,
Hmm.
it's we. We good. We gonna be all right.
As it should be. We actually have a comment from one of the viewers. Her name's Miss Julie, and her comment on here says, when my dad was very sick, it was so hard on him to be so dependent on my mom and even his kids. I remember him being close to tears when he realized that I was physically stronger than he was. And I get how that folds into all of this because that
Mm,
a man is extremely emotional. They're not like on the outside, but they are. They
mm-hmm.
take things completely differently. So him not being in a position to where he was physically strong anymore and to see everybody having to take care of him and do for him, that made him have to operate in a position that he had never had to operate in. That was what you would call his soft era at the time. He was in a
Yes.
position, he was not physically strong enough, and you guys had to do everything for him. And that's the same thing like what I was just stating about the financially part with men.
Yes.
Baby, you wanna break a man's heart or you wanna piss a man off financially, be like, oh yeah, I make all the money and I do throw that up in his face and baby,
Mm-hmm.
you will make a man mad, you will hurt his feelings, you all of those above. Okay.
And I love how she said that they were there for her dad. So the kids was there. And even if, he didn't really want to rely on them, I love that she said that they were there. So that means that you guys provided that love to him. So yes, he may have, didn't want it because he's so used to being masculine. But sometimes even when a man don't want it, we have to still shower them with love, because the more you provide love to someone that's going through, love will eventually help them be more open, to
Mm-hmm.
receive, and that makes them more appreciative. We cannot kick people while they're down. So I'm so happy to see that even the kids pushed love to him.
Yes, very much so. And Miss Julie, you've been with Raising Nine for a very long time, and I know it's been a long time since I've been on, but I want to say I love you and thank you for constantly coming back and viewing and being here with us. And if you're just now getting into this stream, this is my sister Jasmine.
Hi, Julie.
And she is my baby sister, the youngest of our group. And we're just on here today talking about, operating in your soft era and does it work for everyone? Because there are some
Hmm.
situations where you're not able to operate in your soft era. Let me give you one. I cannot be in my soft era at work. I can't. I can't operate in that at work. When
Mm-mm.
I'm at work, I am a force to be reckoned with, and I have to be. I have to be because if I operated in my soft era, I would get walked over. I would be
Absolutely.
forced into positions that I don't want to. I'd be given more work than I am paid for and all that kind of stuff. So you have to know
Yeah,
when
that was a
you
good one.
can work, when you can be in your soft era. Because, baby, I can't be in it at work. It's not going to work for me. You,
Absolutely. And I can't soft parent all day. That's
I am with you.
I can't. Like, it's certain situations that I soft parent, but then certain situations I have to be the mom that actually applies the rules. Because if you don't start making rules and boundaries with children, they will try it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Very much so.
I'm definitely lukewarm with my kids when it comes to soft era.
Listen, baby, I was just like at my kids' school the other day having a parent teacher conference because one thing we're not going to do is let you run wild, crazy, and think that
Uh-uh.
you are going to do what you wanting to do. That's not how it works.
Mm-mm.
That's not how it works. And
Absolutely.
this soft parenting thing is becoming a big thing on social media. There I think they call it gentle parenting is the word that
Yeah,
they
they
use.
call it gentle parenting.
But there's a time when I can be gentle, and there's a time that I'm going to give you this look, and you already know what the look means, so I don't have to like
Yeah,
scream and yell
definitely.
at you. Like I'm not going to be in Walmart and yelling at you, but I'm going to look at you,
Absolutely.
and it's going to put the
Absolutely.
fear of God in you, and you're going to straighten up because you don't want me to have to get on to you when we get back at the house or in the car.
Absolutely. That part. That
Because
part.
I can't see myself being that parent where little Jimmy is like screaming and kicking on the floor at Walmart because his mom said no to cookies. I can't be that parent.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not me. So another one that this one came from you. You said, give an example when you were giving soft. So what's an example in your life of a time when you were giving off that soft?
Um, so a time that I was actually giving off the soft life era is so in my relationship wise, like I gave off the soft life era where I think one day, oh yeah,
Oh,
I think that was
hold on.
last.
Your mom is trying to get in. Hold on. Let me add her.
Is she able to?
Hello, Angel. How are you? Oh, I think your mic is muted,
Her
Mom.
phone's on mute.
Yeah, her phone's on mute. There it is.
Hello,
It's on
hello.
mute. Or why I can't hear? Can you guys hear me?
I can
I
hear you
hear,
Okay,
perfectly
I can't
fine.
hear you guys.
but it sounds like you're underwater.
Oh, I hear everybody great,
I can't
but
hear.
l-
Hold on.
let me introduce you guys. This is my mother. This is Angel. She is the woman who birthed me, who I came from, who I learned to sing from, everything. So I've been on here today talking with Jess about operating in the soft era and if that works for everyone. And it's like the big thing that everybody's talking about this year is women being in their soft era. Well, Mom, you're seasoned. You've been through marriage, you've been through working, you've been through being a single mom, you've been through raising
Yes,
children. Now you're at a point in your life where you're able to live for you and do
yes.
whatever it is Angel wants to do. So, do you feel like that makes you, because you're being independent, does that make you more masculine, or does that make you more, or do you feel like you'll still be able to operate in that soft era?
I think it does not make me masculine, but what happens is that
Wait.
I've
How
learned.
did mommy get on pause?
Pause, honey.
How
I
did
was
mommy
about to
squeeze
answer
her
a
way?
question,
This
and
was
you
the
got me
Princess
off
and
it.
Jasmine's moment. How did mommy squeeze her way in here? She's the reason why I got kicked off.
Oh my God, this is so funny.
Anyway, let me get serious right now.
Okay, so
Girl,
Jess,
Now, to
mommy's
answer your
answering the
question,
question from of the point of view of she's seasoned. She's been married already. She's raised her kids, and now she's in the independent zone where she's living for her. So now she's going to discuss whether you can operate in your soft era being independent, or if you're more operating in the masculinity. So go ahead, mommy.
oh, okay.
okay, for me, I wish it was. Is there such thing as being soft slash masculine? Because when
We
somebody
talked about
pisses
that,
me
yeah.
We
off,
talked.
when
Did you not
some
listen?
when
Did you
somebody
listen to
pisses
me?
me off, I will go to the other side. I go to the other side. That's what happened when I've been so soft all the years, being married 20 years to one man, and I was on that soft era with him, expecting everything, anything he says was cool. We're going here. I never made the decisions to go on trips. He made the decisions. Everything. I'm just that. What you want to? I want to call it. What do I want to call it? I want to call it the nun life.
No, the too nice life.
Too
That's
Ah,
nice.
what it's called. The
when
too
That's what
I'm
it's
nice
there,
life.
called.
just accepting everything. But when I did, but what happened and what changed me was when I found out what I did, and that this man was taking me through so many things, cheating, everything else, and so that turned me into this masculine, crazy
Where you
woman.
feel more
Not crazy.
harder. Well, we were
Yes,
just discussing that. We were talking about like how stuff from the past can prevent you from being able to operate in your soft era
soft
because
era.
it makes you like hold up a guard because you're scared to
Yes,
give somebody a little bit of everything.
I agree. I agree. I
Girl,
agree.
mommy them came in here. I done got hot. I'm drinking
See,
water.
Jasmine
I'm
got
just
hot.
hoping. I'm hoping.
Yes, I agree. I
The
agree with
guests
you,
are
lady.
dying. Let me tell y'all, they on here in this chat. They are dying. So I am dying. You three have to do this more often because this is
Girl,
everything. This is what they are saying in the
This
chat. Oh my
is
God.
this
girl,
is a
I gotta
family
go.
affair. Family affair.
This
Family
wasn't
affair.
giving that though, Mom. You done steered us from our whole conversations. You done came on here.
Wait a minute, audience. Listen, audience. I'm in control. I'm the mother. They have to listen to me. I'm teaching them about the soft era. They can't teach me.
Mommy, you clearly
No,
didn't know what the soft era was. You came on here
I'm so dead.
talking about what we weren't
I'm so dead. This is us on a regular, y'all. This is
This is
us
us.
on a regular. Mom, we thank you so much for your point of view and we appreciate it. Jazz and I are going to answer these last two questions and then we're going to close it out.
All
Um,
Yes.
right.
so she can go be with her family as well. But I'm so glad that all of my Raising Nine, my 15,000 subscribers are able to meet my family and see all of y'all. So shout outs to that. Um, y'all say bye to my mama because we finna let her leave the chat.
Bye, Mom. To the left, to the left.
Bye. Bye, audience. Peace. You'll see me in the next one.
Oh, oh Lord, look at Jasmine's face.
Girl,
Oh, she's
please
gone.
have a moment for your mom. Please.
Can y'all clap it up for my mama? Clap it up in the comments for my mama. You guys are amazing. Listen, they loved it. Let me just say, the 3 minutes of mommy they got, they loved it. That was hilarious. Um, so anyways, we got two more questions, Jazz, and then I know you need to get home to your family, and then I need
Yeah.
to go cook for mine.
Girl,
So,
I'm right here. Gotta go into Walmart.
oh Lord,
Okay,
oh
I'm
Lord.
ready.
Um, so you gave an example of when you were soft.
Yes.
So give me an example of when you had to operate in the masculine.
That I have to operate in the masculine.
Mhm.
I haven't had to operate in the masculine yet. When have I tried to?
Let's think about it this way, Jess, because both of us are stepmoms,
Yeah.
and so with dealing with that, and we both deal with multiple mothers. It's not just one. So
Hmm.
with dealing with that, a lot of times um, we don't get to be soft because we're having to deal with sometimes that other parent, and sometimes we have to match energy. Does it, does does that make sense? Sometimes we have, it's not that we want to, like we want to come to the situation and be the nice laid back person to the back, that don't say nothing, that
Absolutely.
that just is happy to see the kids when they come and happy to see them when they go, and all. We want to be that person, but sometimes that other person get pulled
Yes.
out because first off, this is our husband now, so you're not going to talk to him any kind of way or talk to him sideways
Oh
or
yeah. Yeah.
make expectancies that shouldn't be there anymore, or you know it's different things, it's different levels to that now, so you can't
Yes. So
operate the
with
same way.
that, like because Jasmine is tapping into her walking into my relationship with God and all that, because I was before more so the firecracker. So I just
Mm-hmm.
kind of try to make sure that my husband, that Jay don't put himself in situations where he requires me to do my big one. So I try to like, because it's been situations where I had to be masculine, and definitely it was a situation where I had to be masculine, and as you know, that situation did not end up good for the other person.
Right.
So because I was good. I mean, but that person didn't end up right because now I had to be masculine because I don't play about my significant other. So now moving forward, a lesson has been learned because from that situation, I learned that we don't even need to be in situations that's going to cause me to pop off. So you know that I am the one that pray with me, don't play with me. So
Yeah,
when you
for
go to
sure.
playing with me or my husband or my children, you're gonna see that's I keep my hair tied up. So you're gonna
I'm
see
so dead.
that
I'm so
side that you don't
dead.
want to see. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to keep me in the soft era so that I can be jail free, so that no one no one has to bail me out of jail. So to
Nobody
do
needs
that,
that.
let's go ahead and nip it in the bud. We let baby mamas or children's, you know what, I don't even like the baby mom. We let the kid mom do whatever they want to do. Like, I don't care. I'm heavy on if they want to talk bad, if they want to, do whatever. Like, I'm trying to look at things now in a different perspective. So if a child's mom is saying some things I don't like, I'm just on some, let me pray about it. Let me get to the bottom
Yes.
of how they feel, because we still have to deal with this person for the rest of our lives, because we're not just the 18 when the child's
No, that don't
18 mom.
operate.
I am a mom that's I'm gonna be momming until I can't, until life's out of my body. So
Mm-hmm.
with that being said, I don't really want to be masculine with no one's no bonus. I'm a bonus mom, so no children's mom. I don't want to be masculine with,
Mm-hmm.
but I also want to be able to come up with grounds. Don't play with
Yes.
me. I'm not going to play with you. Respect me. I'm going to respect you. You don't have to like me. I don't have to like you. But we're going to make some sense and some common grounds for what we both love, which is the children.
Exactly. Baby, I'm with you when you're right. And on
That's
that
it.
part, it's always 100% kids first for me.
Kid, that's it. So we ain't even got to be friends. We don't have to communicate. I'm just at that point. I'm not going to disrespect you.
Mm-mm.
I'm grateful for it. So, yeah, absolutely.
I think with wrapping this thing up, I think that both you and I can both agree that um, there are levels to the soft woman era, and that it just depends on the time frame that you're in of whether or not you're able to operate in it. Since the question was, does being in your soft era work for everyone? I absolutely think it does, but
Oh,
there's
yeah.
at times that you use it and times that you don't. Because when
Mm-hmm.
I operate in my masculinity at work, it's because I can't be pushed over
Mm-hmm.
and I have to. But when I come home, baby, I I want my husband to push me over. Baby, push me over.
I know that's right. All right now. Very well.
Like I
Shout
want
out to
you
my tubes being tied.
that part. I mean, I want you to be Big Daddy, and I want to, do all the other things. I'm okay with that. But then also knowing that operating in my soft era does not mean that I'm supposed to wear all of the hats. I do need for our spouses to understand that. It doesn't mean that if you and I both work jobs, then we both coming home,
Mm-hmm.
then we, and then you always expect me to say, cook, clean, take care of the
Mm-hmm.
kids, all that. That's a lot. That's four more additional jobs than you got, and all you did was work and come home. Now your
Yeah.
job might be 10 times harder than mine, agreed, but but also just knowing that we need a break too. So I think that allows women to also be able to operate in a soft area, like how your husband is just giving you a break so that you could even come do this, but also you're going to get to do some shopping on your own
Yes.
without the
Shout
kids.
out. Like Lotto say, in my man. Thank you to my man. Yes.
We love you,
Thank
Jay.
you. Because I need it. And he didn't
That
even
part.
call me not one time. Like, I know
Look at
that's right.
him. Dang, you done opened up the door once already. I had to give him the look. But sis, I love you. I'm so glad you were able to
Love
come on our
you.
show. The guests love you, and
Thank you.
we definitely want to have you come back again. So
Yes. I definitely would love to be back.
definitely, definitely. Well, if you guys are not following her yet, please go to Sincerely Jasmine J on YouTube and y'all follow her there. And she's also, can you give them your Instagram handle, Jasmine?
My personal Instagram is sincerely with two Y's, Jasmine, Jasmine. And I also have a women's ministry on Thursdays. We pray at 6 a.m. Eastern, and that Instagram is sincerely _God's daughter. So
Awesome. And
Yes.
I will, after this video, this live ends, I will put all of that information down in the comments so that you guys can find it later and that you guys can go back and be able to follow my sister.
Thank
So
you.
yes, no problem. We love you. We appreciate you. And until next time, we want you guys to be living the princess life.
I know that's right.
Bye, sis.
Bye.